Hello everyone, this is going to be Dr.Starcraft, episode 3. I'm DrAZNstarcraft, and this is going to be on Teldom Altars. Okay, the red Zerg Zach here on the bottom right, and we have the blue Zerg Friday up top left. Now, quick note about Dr.Starcraft, we're making this a weekly thing now. Every Sunday we're going to come with new episodes, so send us your replays and we'll choose our replays and have them done on Sundays. Okay, so expect those to come very soon. Quick note about the map, the rush distances on this map are quite long. You have your natural routes at your base right here. It's all in one choke, and you also have another side base up here, another expansion on the side, which is rocks. Okay, we see the loser Zach, or the loser Friday, sorry, scouting with his first drone. Both players are scouting now. Both going in the wrong direction. It's spawning cross positions. So the thing about the cross positions is this middle area is locked down with these 4 towers. Not towers. The Zelda watchtowers. And the thing to watch here is whoever controls this middle has a great advantage because they can see when their opponent's coming in. And like I said before, it's a very long distance, so you're going to have time to cover for yourself. Okay, so now both players should be scouting in the correct directions here. Spawning pools going down almost the exact same time. Zach way ahead in terms of the drone count. He's almost 3 drones ahead at this point. He's also getting his gas. And Friday's a little bit, maybe a couple seconds ahead. Looks like he's building 6 Zerglings, so he should be rushing here pretty soon. I expect to see a rush coming. Looks like Zach's just going basic here, trying to get that early Zergling speed out. And he is transferring those drones right there, so we're really seeing Zergling speed. We have a drone from Zach on Friday. If he wants to rush, he really should be taking that drone out now, so Zach has no time to recover. Zach now knows that the Zerglings are probably going to be on their way. So now, see, he's building up. No, he's still building drones. Both Queens going up, Roach Warren going down, actually. Spine Crawler. Okay, he got the Spine Crawler instead of the Zerglings. And the Spine Crawler and the Queen, if you pull out some drones to defend, you should be able to defend these 6 Zerglings pretty easy if they don't have speed. So that's really not a big deal. And actually, Friday's on the Spine Crawler. He's trying to Spine Crawler but the Spine Crawler really should be going after so yeah, now the Zerglings will be back off now that Spine Crawler has fallen. He really should have waited until his Zerglings got to the base to start building that Spine Crawler, because then the Spine Crawler has time to build while the Zerglings can protect it. So the Roach Warren is finished now, building 3 roaches, so he's way ahead in tech. The 3 roaches should be able to handle all these Zerglings pretty easily, so no concerns about that. Friday isn't really using his minerals to the most effectiveness, and he's getting his gas up right now, so he's very slow, very behind tech. And if you guys haven't noticed, this is on the new 3.0 patch. So we have this cool graphic here, and we have these cool little things here, so I don't have to click anything anymore. Makes it really easy, I like it a lot. So yeah, just continuing to make roaches here. Zach really needs to stop making Zerglings. He has some drones, some more Zerglings. He's really behind here, and I don't think he can do anything but try to defend at this point, because I think it's all these Zerglings pop. Out to overrun Friday. Friday is taking his expansion. He's not taking his expansion, he's taking off the side of trying to be around. So yeah, looks like Zach is going to push out here and try to take down Friday. Friday does have a handful of Zerglings here, so he really shouldn't have too much of a problem. So yeah, we're just waiting for this army to come down. We have this Overlord over here for Friday in the middle of the field. So he should see these roads coming in. He should put in position. Zach with this kind of tech advantage, I would suggest scout. I would suggest expanding so he can keep up with Zach. I don't think he realized. Or I'm so sorry. So he can keep up with Friday. So Friday. I don't think he realized that Friday has been making down. Although these are getting trapped by all those Zerglings. Another thing there, he only half of his Zerglings were attacking because he didn't set them to attack moves. They were sort of sitting there in the back. So now Zach's just gonna wait for his reinforcements and charge up there again. We have Zergling speed going for Friday here, and a lot of Zerglings going for Zach. These Zerglings stop each come back. They're on a move. They're on a rally. I mean, if you can make a line of roaches right here and just keep them here, and wait for his reinforcing Zerglings to come in, I think he'll have a huge advantage. And this is a critical point as well, because Friday's Zergling speed hasn't quite finished yet, and you see his Zergling speed going down for Zach. More roaches coming in. So if he can attack before this speed finishes, he'll have a huge advantage because of these roaches here in the back. And there we go. Ton of economy right now. And looks like these roaches or these Zerglings are gonna come down here. He has 400 minerals just sitting there not being used. He should be building more and more roaches. There we go. More roaches coming in. I would suggest teching to layer at this point, or even expanding. And here come the Zerglings into Zach's base. And we'll see if Zach can hold this off. These Zerglings are gonna push out right last second and save him. This is the last second he's saving him. Okay, more Zerglings coming out. What's Zach doing here? Zach's way ahead in economy because of these two bases. However, it seems like he's ahead in economy. However, he's really not, because he's not fully saturated on either one of his bases. He needs to stop producing attacking units and just focus on his economy right now. He pushed Zach back into his base, and he's already a base ahead, so I would really suggest just going mass Eve on this point for Zach. Or for Friday. Evolution pit going down, so we'll be able to get those crucial upgrades. And for Zerg, upgrades are extremely critical for Zerg. Well, it's critical for any race to get your early upgrades, but especially for Zerg because your unit's already weak to begin with, and you can mass them up so easily that you get a whole bunch of +1 Zerglings, and they will just dominate any game. So it's really important to get those going. Although I suggest expanding here for Zach, and Friday's already up to late. I would have suggested more Mutalisk. I prefer Mutalisk myself, and he is still producing, so I don't understand why he does. And it looks like he has more Zerglings. He doesn't need more drones. His drone count isn't that high at all. He has 22 drones, and when you're on 2 bases, that should really be at about 40 to 50, I would suggest. The reason I would suggest high Mutalisk is because he sees that his opponent doesn't have layer tech yet, and he's only on 1 base. So Mutalisk doing a basic harass would be more useful. So now Friday is way ahead in tech, and since Zach isn't really focusing on his economy at all, just producing attacking units, it's really not helping him at all. upgrades coming down for them at all. We have a +1 for Zac, which is really important to turn out of the battle. Although these Hydralisks will just destroy those roaches on contact. We have more Zerglings, more and more Zerglings being produced. So yeah, we're just gonna see how this turns out here. There should be a big battle going down as Zac moves his forces into Friday's main base. And I think the main problem here is that Zac doesn't realize that Friday has this expansion over here, and that's really what's helping him out. So let's see here. We have Hydralisk units, and that's the game. Yeah, so these +1 units really help Zac take control of that game, and Friday just okay. Let's break this down real quick. Let's start over. Let's break this down. Okay, Friday. Yes, he early expanded. He had expansion lead the almost the entire game, but he didn't focus on making drones. So his advantage, while big, wasn't as big as it probably could have been. So I think if he would have focused more on his economy, he would be able to produce units faster. And also, none of the players took these Xel'Naga watchtowers. And like I said in the earlier in the game, I mean, the watchtowers are very important because you can see when your opponent's coming and you can make units accordingly because of this long travel distance. So not wasting, but using a couple Zerglings to just take those watchtowers really helps you throughout the entire game. Also, while he had a tech advantage, he didn't have an upgrade advantage. So really, with this extra economy that he had, he could have afforded to put down an evolution chamber, or maybe even 2, and gotten that attack and armor upgrades like Zac did. And that's really what turned the table in this battle, was the attack upgrades, the +1 attack upgrade. And Zac played one base that whole game. Now I would have liked to see Zac expand after his first push. However, he didn't really need it. But I mean, if Friday would have focused on his macro the entire time, or not the entire time, but if he would have focused on his macro more, then Zac would have been way behind in terms of economy, and he really would have needed to expand. I think the keys to this battle were once again the upgrades, and maybe even the positioning. I mean, the Zerglings attack the roaches kind of in this choke area. I would have liked him to see him. I would like to see Friday pull back his Zerglings and pull back his forces to maybe back here, so that he can get an easier surround when the roaches walked in. So at least get them to this point so he could walk in and surround them. But other than that, I mean, very well played. Well, actually no. Well played by Zac, but I think it could have been a lot better. And Friday, I think, just didn't use his advantage of economy as well as he probably could have. So yeah, that's it for this game. And remember, guys, subscribe. If you guys like what we're doing here, subscribe, comment, rate, send us an email with your replays in it. Tell us a suggestion or two you have for a next segment that we're doing. We have a lot of things in the works, and we really want to make this the best we can make it. So I mean, if you have any suggestions to make it better, or anything to that degree, just let us know. So yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys later.